Hey mathematicians, okay, in this lesson we're going to be dividing a fraction by a fraction using a model. So in this case we have 1/2 divided by 1/4. What I'm really trying to find out is how many 1/4 size groups can I get out of 1/2? And I'm going to use a model to show this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my model with 1/2. That's how much I have. I have 1/2, and I want to know how many quarter-size groups can I make out of this 1/2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create another model, kind of like a ruler underneath, but this ruler is going to be divided up into fourths. So what you'll see here is I have 1/4, another fourth, and so on. I can divide this entire, kind of almost like a ruler if you would, into fourths. And what I want to know is how many quarter size groups can I get out of half? So here is half, and what you can see is that this is a quarter size group, that's one, and this is another quarter size group. So what I can do is I can show using a model that if I take 1/2 and I divide it up by 1/4, or how many 1/4 size groups can I get out of 1/2, I end up with 2. All right, let's go ahead and try another one. All right, we have 3/4 divided by 1/2. And I'm going to use a model again to show how this looks. I'm going to start with 3/4. So I'm going to divide my model here up into fourths, and I'm going to shade in 3/4. That's how much I have. And what I want to know is how many 1/2 size pieces can I get, or how many 1/2 size pieces can I make out of 3/4. So I'm going to be kind of careful here to make sure that things match up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make 1/2. Now the question is, this is 1/2 and this is 1/2. The question is how many 1/2 size pieces can I get out of 3/4? Well, if I look here, I can see that this 1/2 size piece I can take out of my 3/4, so that's 1. But when I look at the other side, when I look over here, I want to make a half size piece, but I can't because I don't have enough. You can see that all I have is this one piece, and that would be one piece out of 2. I would need 2 pieces. So really what I have is 1 out of 2 pieces on the other side. So if I try to find out how many 1/2 size pieces or 1/2 size groups I can get out of 3/4, I can get 1 and 1/2. All right, let's try one more. This time I'm going to do 1/2 divided by 5/8. It wants to know how many 5/8 size pieces I can make out of 1/2. Now something that I know right away is that 5/8 is larger than 1/2. And so I'm not even going to be able to get a whole amount out of this 1/2. But let's use a model to show why and how that would look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to again kind of make a ruler underneath here of a second model. And I'm going to divide this up into 8s. So here we go. You can see how I'm dividing everything in half and then half again. All right, what I want to know is how many 5/8 size groups can I get out of 1/2? Well, here's my halfway, and I want to get all the way to here. So let's see. How many pieces does it take to make 5/8? Well, here would be 1 piece, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would need 5 pieces here out of the 8 to make a group of 5/8. But as you can see, all I have is 4. I only have 4 pieces here so far, and I want a little bit more. I want that extra one. So really what I have is I have 4 out of 5 pieces available out of the 5/8. So 1/2 divided by 5/8 is actually 4/5. All right, so in this lesson what we did was we divided fractions by fractions using a model.